President Trump breathed new life into an old controversy when he recently suggested he might form an independent scientific commission to investigate vaccine safety. He discussed that possibility with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Kennedy was in Washington, D.C. this week pressing forward with his own vaccine safety efforts and was joined by other advocates, including Academy Award winner Robert De Niro. Environmental lawyer Robert F. Kennedy Jr. briefed members of Congress on Capitol Hill.
And we have 81 studies
pushing them to investigate an untouchable subject, the safety of vaccines.
If we got him, would that be...
Kennedy is going against the grain of the government and medical establishment, which have long insisted there's no scientific reason to be concerned about vaccine side effects.
And those kids are being grievously injured.
Earlier, he held a news conference alongside a diverse group of vaccine safety advocates. He says the Trump transition team contacted him with the idea of forming an independent scientific commission on vaccine safety.
These studies...
Kennedy personally met with Trump last month, but after Kennedy talked to the press about it, he says the Trump administration walked back the plan.
I've been contacted 3 times by the administration since then, and they tell me that they're still going forward with a commission. But, all I can say is to tell you what the president told me. He specifically told me that he knew that the pharmaceutical industry was going to cause an uproar about this and was going to try to make them back down. And he said, I'm not going to back down. They tried during the campaign, and I didn't back down then, and I'm not going to back down. But I can't tell you what's going to happen.
And then I was made aware.
After the news conference, I spoke with Robert De Niro, who has a teenage son with a neurodevelopmental disorder. Can you just review what got you interested in this issue?
Well, I mean, I never really was that aware, though, other than that my own son was within the spectrum, and didn't really think much about even why he was that way. But as time went on, I realized, I talked to my wife. She said, no, he was like this, and this was a period where I wasn't there. And when he was just born, she said, no, he was very alert, and if I know anything, I know her knowing our son. I know him so well myself, but she knows certain other things that I felt, I said, she might be right.
Can you give me just a short paragraph or two on your son? How old is he? Tell me about him.
He's almost 19. He's a wonderful kid, got a great sense of humor. And I, in many ways, feel very lucky that he is so articulate in certain ways, but definitely is within the spectrum. And that's just what it is. And so the only people who really understand that are people who have children in that situation.
The position of the government and many scientists is that this is a settled issue, it's a disproven myth, and there's nothing to it. What would you say to that?
Well, I would say, yeah, I would say, okay, but then who settled it? How was it settled? Where is the science, as Bobby Kennedy says? Where is the science? Here's what we have from all these studies, and here's what they have. And so it seems like something is not right.
Are you behind the idea of forming some sort of scientific commission that would independently take a look at this?
Sure, absolutely. An independent commission, it has to be.
And for clarity, a lot of people, whether they're scientists or parents who question the safety of vaccines and what's happened to their children, they are called anti-vaccine.
Yes.
Are you anti-vaccine?
No, I'm not anti-vaccine, and as Bobby Kennedy said very, very eloquently, it's just it's like a witch. You're a witch. You're a it's like the Salem witch trials. All of a sudden, you're anti-vax. That's a lot of baloney, a lot of malarkey. It's ridiculous. Not anti-vax. I take vaccines all the time, and my kids have gotten vaccine, but there's something wrong, and it's got to be fixed.
To date, the Trump administration has not publicly said whether it'll move forward with creating a commission to re-examine vaccine policy. Ahead, we go to the crossroads of the world to see what people from many countries have to say about this country.